All right. Now we wait. How many do we have? 3. Oh, I did get 4, so the spot's still working. That one's just not going away. Hmm. Hmm. Hello.
My bad, dude. I was just opening up the.
Oh, you're
stall.
good. Hmm. All right, we'll do this last one, and then we'll make a bunch of meals. I think we have... Yeah. I think they ran off. I don't know if they're restocking or... Hmm. Do I have at least 50 of everything? I think so. Hmm. The idiot? Hmm. Those idiots, I think Astron? He was on the phone. I questioned whether or not he's here to kidnap someone. See if he comes through the other side. He left. Where'd he go? All right. I think we have 7 combos in there already, so we'll do 13, get them all to 20 for now. Morning. All right. I think we're good on drinks. Yeah. Wonder if there's any PDT that we've missed while off duty. Hello. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Oh, you know, just fending off famine, you know?
God's work.
What can I get for you?
Can I get 2 combos and 2 extra drinks, please?
Yep. There you are.
Thank
And right there in the
you.
bag.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll probably be back on duty shortly.
Yeah, thank you for fighting off the famine of the city.
Yep.
I appreciate you.
Don't you worry. I'm here to save the day.
Nice. I appreciate you.
Actually, back to sides. So Rhodes doesn't have much context. So the context I have is, I think it was the scene where I was processing Michael Manx as Rhodes the other day. This is during shift 2, and all I wanted to do was speak to Angel regarding legislation stuff. Because Angel, obviously, having been you know, pretty much the person to write a lot of the legislation, wanted to like run things by her, and then there was 78's called, and like 311 or 911, and then Angel ended up representing one of the people involved, so we didn't end up getting to finish the conversation. I do want to finish it though. But anyways, Viv, I'm fairly certain, was on duty during that time. And I saw the uniform she was in. I was like, wait, big dub. All right, should be good. Is there anything? All right, we'll get everything to at least 100 aside from the flatbread because we don't have. Oh, my headset just died. Forgot to plug that in. We're back. Uh, 8. Good there. We're getting worse in the charger. The battery life on mine is still really fucking good. The battery life on pretty much all like current wireless Logitech products is like chef's kiss. Mm. Do, do, do. 101, 100, 100. We'll fix this. we're good. Go back to our other job. That. $6.13, so 1 month. Dog noodles. Still want to know who owns it. 6.15. What is this? Oh. Honestly, that's valid. Whoa!
Hey, Rhodes.
How you doing?
Good, thank you.
I'll be back on duty shortly.
Oh, all right.
Question:
May have answered?
Do you have
I got three
do you have
capsules, please.
any seeds that need to be disposed of?
I don't believe so. Yeah, I don't think we do at the moment.
All right, perfect. Getting rid of all of them, all the ones that are tossed on the ground. Think we're good. Nope, for the seed bags. Oops. Nothing there. Problem solved.
Thank you very much.
And there. Now we're good. There's no way the hitbox of this car is so wonky. The front one is especially bad. How do we only drive cars with wonky hitboxes? What is this? Okay. Hello.
Hey.
Hope y'all are doing well.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm
that's
good. I'm
slow.
good.
But then they mix it into the batter. Add a tiny bit of flour.
All right. Let's take a look. You consider that all cars have wonky hitboxes? That one's exceptionally bad. It's not even close. Good morning.
Good morning.
I could barely hear her over the music. Morning, Martha.
Hello, how's it going?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Same, really.
Not good, not bad.
Just the same, really. Nothing happens to me, darling. I'm just the same, aren't I? It's the same things.
I was swarmed.
What? Swarmed? By
I
what?
was attacked.
Oh no, by what?
Hungry people.
Really? Oh, where was you? Was you in the food court?
Yeah.
How long were you working in
Oh,
food court?
I've been there for like, I don't know. Oh, hold on. I can tell you.
is it? Oh, have you done your what's the name? In it?
An-
I keep forgetting.
An
to do
hour.
that.
An hour and 8 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yep. Let me tell you, when I got there, well, for starters, I went there because Viv was twatting out about, a food stall, and
Mm-hmm.
so I go, and I only see a couple people. I open up the
so it
shutters,
starts-
It's a
and it was.
flood.
You ever see a video
waiting.
of someone who's been feeding stray
Seagulls.
cats and dogs,
Oh.
and
Yeah,
suddenly they started swarming.
yeah. I know.
I
what you
was
mean.
just praying that there was some food in the fridge, and thankfully there was a
Oh.
little bit. But my goodness.
Yeah.
And
I
now
know, I
now
don't
some of the
know.
other stalls have opened.
I
So
haven't worked there for ages,
That's good.
really, for a while.
Oop.
Sort of thing. I don't feel comfortable really because JJ don't own it no more, so I don't really know the other people. Do you know what I mean?
well, he's like, from my understanding, he's still the owner. It's just
Um,
in someone else's name.
Yeah, I mean, it seems a bit weird because that sort of Jordan's doing it all, like getting everything organised and stuff like that. And I don't know, I just feel like it's like with me, because like with me, I've known
I'm
Jessica
gonna go
for like
find
years.
Viv
Do
and
you know what I mean?
Stevie.
All right.
Like we've known each other for ages, you know,
Right,
since he was
right,
at
right.
the Roosters Reef and I was at the Rest. And I just say to him, I said, you know, as long as you need me, I said I'll be here. And now kind of this, and I see in the emails there's loads of staff. They are pitching in, they are doing it, and I just feel like do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't really know the others, sort of thing. But I know JJ, so I don't know. It's difficult to explain. So
No, I
feel like-
understand. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
I do want to work in the food court, but I don't know if I could do the kebabby if he's not actually like the owner.
Yeah. No, I totally understand.
Yeah.
Did you
Fair
hear the drama?
What drama?
Oh, what's the drama?
Big Dog Noodles went up for rent.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
Someone was telling me the other day that Cyprus bought it.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if that's
No.
true, but that would
I heard
mean
someone saying drama.
uh,
So what about Michael? What about Baz?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know, this
I
is
don't.
what happens when they don't sell sabs.
I have no idea whether or not, you know, the besties are essentially going to be getting control over the noodle shop again, or if it's
Yeah.
entirely in the hands of someone else. I ain't seen it open.
Baz.
Oh,
Oh, I'll have to give him a
they
call.
trotted out yesterday that they got it back.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
they've got it back. Poor
Because
Baz.
at the
He-
end
that
of the
would've-
day-
he would have been having a meltdown.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I just want, listen, I understand that there have been a lot of stalls that have put in very little effort into opening, but that ain't Big Dog Noodles. Big Dog Noodles has consistently been an option. And I mean, when it was pretty much going up for rent, I was going to try to get it just to ensure that it got back
Yeah.
in the hands of whoever had it before.
Who owns
Yeah.
that smoothie
So
shop?
why-
Because they should be selling.
Oh,
ass
it's
cream.
Patrick DeSalt. I've known him for years as well.
Never
But he's
opened.
Yeah.
oh, it
Yeah.
is later on. He's around much later
So,
on.
yeah.
So he opens that up later. I know Patrick. So
Yeah.
yeah, he always like buys it
Patrick's a good
back.
one.
Yeah, no, he's a good bloke. But yeah, no, I never knew all about that. Poor Baz. I will give him a little bit of a call actually and see how he is. He must have been crying his eyes out actually.
You think it would
Knowing it.
affect him that much?
You talking
Yeah,
about the Big
definitely.
Dog Noodles, Martha?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, fuck that guy.
Oh,
What, Baz?
Yeah, he spits in my food. I hope he chokes
He
on
does
it.
Oh.
not. Oh, I bet he
literally told me
doesn't.
he
Extra
spit in my
flavour?
food.
Well, he doesn't spit in mine, so
He got real upset because I told him not to park the Thrax since I'd seen your
I
friends.
know that was a bit of drama, wasn't it? But he did say you was lying about saying that you said did this or you didn't, like whatever. He said it wasn't that deep, so I don't know. alright.
No, he was quite upset. He was
Yeah,
quite
does get
upset.
upset. Does get
Um,
upset. I've only got to like look at him funny, and he comes all the way back and says, "Martha, are we good?" He gets
I
ever so
don't know.
sensitive.
every time I look at him, I just think of Dracula. He kind of scares me.
Oh, don't.
No,
does.
he's good people. Well, I mean,
a
he may not be my
sweetie.
biggest fan because I guess
Told you to
derailed his
podcast,
lottery
yeah.
or whatever.
Mm.
But like at the end of the day,
Are you trying to fight me?
no,
Don't hit me.
no, I was
It's not that
trying to
bad.
stretch, Martha. I'm trying to
No,
stretch.
don't hit Martha.
All right, then. No,
I
don't
would-
hit me.
No, I would never. I
Don't hit
would
me.
never.
I've got very strong shoulders.
I believe it.
Yeah. Very
That's what happens when
strong.
you have to. That's what happens, darling. When you get old, you have to clean the oven. Oh, your shoulders get strong.
It's for other reasons actually, but we won't go
Oh,
into
well, mine's
that
just oven
now.
cleaning.
Yeah, no, it's not that.
Like I said to
mean,
you
there
before,
is-
if I'm on my hands and knees for an hour, I want to make something out of it. You know what I'm saying?
There's a certain amount of being on my hands and knees that's involved, but it's not the oven.
Oh,
No.
oh, oh.
It's anyway, moving on.
Yep.
What else was it about the noodle thing? So what you're saying to me is that has he got it back now?
It sounds like it.
Right.
So for context, I came on duty to speak to Angel. There was a big shootout, and then the person I ended up arresting was Michael Minks, who is, from my understanding, the actual owner of Big Dog Noodles.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So he's sitting there bleeding.
Australian? Is he Australian?
Yes? Question
He
mark.
tried to tell me how to say yogurt. He wouldn't leave off.
I'm not surprised.
What's wrong with a yogurt?
He's sitting there bleeding, and I'm holding his wounds, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Michael, you better fucking get Big Dog Noodles back.
Yeah,
wait,
exactly.
hold on a second. Did you read this new article on Traffic Los Santos Ordinance Acts?
Yes, it's terrible.
Who the fuck?
I don't know, but I ain't giving nobody a warning ever again. If I have to put in the paperwork, they're getting a citation. It literally says in Los Santos County, if an officer pulls you over, they are required to write a report whether or not you issue them a citation.
Whoa. So if you
Wait,
just
where
say,
is
like,
this?
if you just go there and say, "Are you all right?" Have you got to write a report on that?
Why are we? But the thing, okay, the thing that's not even the big thing. We have to state the legal reason for the stop.
Yep, you have to identify yourself, give your badge number, your department, your name, and provide them the reason for the stop before you can request their ID.
Blimey. I mean,
Rhodes,
you pulled
what
me over
report is
once,
this?
didn't you? Do you remember, Matt? You pulled me over
It's under
once.
legislation. Yeah.
And I said, "What have
Oh.
you done that for?" And you said, "Oh, it's just because I ain't seen you for a while."
Well, hold on,
Do you
hold on,
remember?
hold on. There's got to be a loophole, Rhodes. You're looking at this wrong.
Oh. I mean,
No, there's not a time frame. There's not.
If anyone can find a loophole, it's you, Rhodes.
So does it depend what you talk to him about? What if you just pulled him over, Matt, and just said to him, "Does my bum look big in this?"
Doesn't you're not allowed to stop somebody for that.
Oh.
Well,
Oh
it's
well,
against
that's
the
me
law, son.
told.
Yeah.
Surely that's like more. Of a
I don't know.
community thing,
Listen,
though,
if I
isn't it?
start
No, you're
reading,
right.
what did you just do?
Operators are required to carry a valid driver's license when operating a motor vehicle and present it upon request from a law enforcement once a reason for the stop is given.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck wrote this?
Some dumb bitch because it's got typos in it. How is it?
Amended-
Look at Article 4, driver and passenger obligations.
At the bottom it says amended by Nino Chavez on 5th, 6th.
I still can't. Oh no, I found it.
Does it count if you don't get out your car?
You can't.
What if you stop next to him at the lights? Do you know what I'm saying?
Did this go through? Did this go to the contest phase?
I have no idea.
What if you stop at the lights and just say hello, and they'll go, "Oh, I want a report number for that."
No, that's not true.
Okay, then. I'm
Well,
just trying to
here's
draw
the thing.
boundary.
I mean, the overall ordinance is regarding traffic, so the implication is a traffic stop. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's so silly for it to list out the legal basis for stops. Law enforcement officers must have a valid legal reason to initiate a stop. So Martha, I can never do that again. Not in Los Santos County. Not with you. It would not be legal.
Well, it's not legal anywhere in the United States.
Well, but it was a friendly bantery thing. Now I would have to, you know?
So if you pulled me over like you did then, I could have had a go then.
Yeah, pretty much.
So if you just purely for you saying, "Oh, I haven't spoken to you for a long time," and I could have said, "What's your fucking problem?" Like that.
So the public contest period started on Wednesday and is over now.
It states, identify and explain. Law enforcement officers are required to identify themselves, including name, badge number, department, and state the legal reason for the stop. Documentation. Law enforcement officers must document the stop regardless of if a citation is given. Additionally, law enforcement officers must provide the associated report number upon immediate request.
I realized I'm looking at the wrong document. I don't know where I'm looking, darling.
The
So you
legislation
go to
tab
legislation.
on the left, and then just
Yes, I found it.
type in either like
Traffic.
traffic or ordinances, and you want to look for Los Santos Traffic Ordinances Act,
Yeah,
and it's
It's,
Article
10 months old because it was just it's just an amended one.
pretty much.
I'm not mad at this actually. If I'm going to be 100% honest with you.
Well, I can assure you, I will never pull somebody over again and let them off with a warning. I will pull them over, issue them their citation, and make it clear it's because I had to do the paperwork no matter what.
Yes, but the thing is there's actually I'll talk to you about it in the other room.
Why does it say sign out?
Wait, hold up. All it says is we must document the stop. You know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna get my little notebook out. Stopped so and so. That's all I'm putting.
Oh yeah.
Wait, problem
Document does
solved.
not-
Wait a
Document
minute.
does not imply we need to put up an official report.
Hold
It
up.
need to be documented somewhere.
Yeah. Wait.
Well, you
Loophole
can start a report,
detected.
give them the report number, and piss off, can't you? And then afterwards, go back home and just say, well,
Rhodes, can I talk to you in the other room really quick?
Yeah.
Spelled signaled wrong.
Did they?
How do you spell
Yeah.
signal? Passanger is spelled wrong too.
You know why this is, right?
Why?
I'm assuming this is Nino being petty.
Is it because he got pulled over?
It's the Quangle thing when somebody was in the back of a car that wasn't moving and Quangle lit him up. There's actually been, so we've actually had a fuck ton of issues with officers.
Wait, was that the
initiating-
Hobbs thing? Or something different?
No, something different. Like there were a bunch of people in the back of a truck that wasn't moving, and Quangle decided to detain them all for I don't know what there was no legal reason to. Also, actually, it's funny. Somebody literally tried to subpoena somebody's phone, and in their in the report. Sorry, I just woke up. I haven't even had my.
You're
coffee
good.
yet.
You're good.
In the report they originally typed up, they said they were pulling somebody over for a welfare check, which has zero legal ground to pull somebody over just for a welfare
You don't
check.
pull someone over for a welfare check.
Right. Well, that happened, and then what then ended up happening is the person tried to flee, and when this is going to get crazy, right? When the person did try to flee, they eventually wrecked out, and they found a head in the glove box.
Oh no.
So they tried to subpoena this person's phone, and it went to a judge, and the judge is like, "What the fuck is this? You guys had zero legal reason to detain these people, or attempt to detain these people."
Right.
And then what ended up happening was officers or deputies went back into the report and changed the reason for the detainment.
Wait, is that why the other day someone asked me if it was Michael Manx. He specifically asked me, "Hey, if there's a situation that happened and there was a bench trial, after the bench trial has been concluded or whatever, can people change the report?" And I said, under normal circumstances, because officers have 48 hours, like technically yes, especially if it's a large-scale situation.
Oh, no.
However, it shouldn't affect anything that occurred within the actual bench trial itself. It essentially, like, it's more like supplemental information and not like, you know, the dirty details that absolutely need to be known, because those people realistically should have just been at the fucking bench trial.
Go ahead.
But because officers have 48 hours, like, listen, if I'm at the tail end of my shift and there's a shootout, and, you know, I know that other officers are going to be processing people, I'm sorry, but, you know, listen, the end of my shift is going to come at some point, and if it's unfortunately in line with the tail end of a large-scale fucking shooting, my report's going to be done the following day. It is what it is. I would have no context behind if a bench trial even occurred.
It's fucking hard. We lost a bench trial because of that exact situation. The report was edited while somebody was in trial, and the defense brought that up, and then they got the court thrown out. Huge shooting.
We literally
Like
have
20
no
officers
means
shot.
of preventing people from putting in statements.
I know,
I think
I know.
that's incredibly silly. Incredibly silly. I mean, realistically, an officer statement not being there, unless it's like worthy of someone pretty much committing the equivalent of a Brady violation and like very intentionally avoiding putting information to lessen, you know, how much we have. Unless it's something like that, I really don't think it's that big of a fucking deal. Am I crazy?
This traffic stop thing.
No. The whole
Editing
like
it to-
editing the report. Like it's not
No,
like
you're
it's
not.
being.
It shouldn't. It should. So obviously we have a very unique situation. Where else in the world does somebody get a fucking bench trial
Yeah.
less than an hour after they're arrested?
Yeah.
So I think that should be taken into account. But
Well, I guess I have a question regarding it. Was it other people adding to the report, or was it an officer literally changing what they wrote to say something completely different? Because that's problematic.
I think it was Ventura. Well, this is where it's problematic. Ventura was in the court case and started fucking finishing his statement during the court case. Which I don't think he was doing it maliciously, but it looks fucking horrible. The reality for a bench trial is, if in the past, correct me if I'm wrong, if you are going to a bench trial, everything needs to be done, finished, like get the statements, evidence, everything is like done at that point. Then you take it to a bench trial.
Charlie, I hope you have
we're
an
at a
excellent
point now where the city moves the probably the fastest it's ever moved.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking hard to do that. But I think moving forward, it's like if it's going to bench trial, the person that is prosecuting needs to make sure that everything is 100% done. If it can't be done, then it just needs to be put on the docket.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the standard like, if you're not going to be there, make sure your statement's in?
Yeah.
But like, if you're going to be there and you can be questioned, why the fuck does your statement matter if the other person can question you?
That's always it. It's
Well, no, that hasn't been the case because I've been fucking reamed for not having my report finished, like in the bench trial.
I think that's from people that don't understand why we go to bench trial. We have a lot of I'm gonna be kind of honest here. I think we have a lot of people that are just like, you have to do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and you have to do it. But I don't know why, but you have to do it.
Well, listen, I've started this new thing, Peters. I've started this new thing where if it's not explicitly written, unfortunately, I'm just I don't know that I'm going to abide by it.
Fair enough.
Because listen, I'm going to document all my stops. I'm going to create a whole report. In fact, that's the report number I'm going to give out to people when they ask for it. If they get a warning, they're going to get the report number associated with the fact that they've been pulled over today. That was it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You could, okay, here. You really want to be petty?
Yep. Hit me with it.
You only make one report called road stops.
Yes, that's my plan.
And then you just list their name in that report.
The date, the time, and that's it. And if they request the report number, that's what they're getting. Let off with warning, but if they're getting a citation, they'll get their individual report.
Yeah, that's not bad. List of road stops. Maybe don't say that to other. I fear. So my fear is with something like that is somebody that doesn't have the knowledge or experience that you do tries to replicate. It tries to replicate the thing you're doing that's petty and funny, and then ultimately cause an issue. But I think that is a great idea.
I don't understand. Why this?
I do. It was the Quangle detainment, the illegal detainment that Quangle had down at the Strawberry gas station with Nino. Nino crashed out because there was no repercussion, and people tried to argue that the reason for Quangle's detainment was legal when it was not. And I think this is Nino just being like, okay, you guys want to fuck with me in my county? I will fuck everyone. I will fuck you in the mouth. I will fuck you in the ass.
So is it solely for the purpose of, not necessarily getting back at Wangle, but like, is it to entirely, how should I word this? Remove the existence of someone claiming they were pulled over, but I let them off with a warning, and then like how should I word this? Not wording this properly. Is it to avoid like essentially claiming that somebody did something wrong but not having documentation behind it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. I think collectively, not everyone, but collectively as a police department, and I'm seeing this. I've seen it over the last week where, you know, like the severed head. Essentially, we found a severed head, and there's no legal reason for us to have detained that person. Like, imagine somebody fucking pulled over Ted Bundy. You know, I mean, what was the whole thing? It was like a traffic stop where they detained him. But this guy's literally like got a murder weapon in his car, and they're like doing an illegal stop, and they find the murder weapon. He's dead to rights, and then all of a sudden you can't fucking do anything because the reason for detainment is illegal and it's a violation of his rights. It's like, all right, have a good day.
Hold on. How come at the bottom it says amended by Nino Chavez on 5/6/25, reformatted the articles to be in line with current legislation, removed redundancy in articles 1 and 2, added article 3 and 4. Okay. I was gonna say it didn't mention like the changes, but it does at the very end.
We have way too much fucking legislation.
It's fucking stupid. It is so fucking stupid.
Have too much.
I found out that this existed because I called Barrick to have my fucking moment regarding like VAF related stuff. Because I keep being told by officers that like the standard for each judge is different regarding VAFs, and while I agree that there should be some level of discretion amongst judges, like hearing a judge say a vehicle wasn't involved in a violent felony because they swapped to it is stupid, especially from an officer who was fired as a PPO for selling ammo to a gang. I'm sorry.
No fucking shot. I might try to. Okay, so I might try to get any PD. If that's the case, I might try to get any PD related court cases or whatever. Like, I don't think he could preside over. Preside, is that the right word?
Yeah.
Over any court cases regarding the PD because he is biased because he was fired by the PD.
I mean, I did bring that up sort of facetiously. Like, I don't actually know that this dude is being biased, but like reading through. Okay, here's the reality. Straight up, 90% of VAFs that are being removed are because officers didn't notify the individuals, right? Like, that is on us, 1,000%. But I start reading like the fucking interference car stuff, and that was actually why I spoke to Angel the other day, because she was the one who wrote the VAF legislation, and so I wanted to clarify with her what the original intent was. And in my scenarios, she was like, "Yeah, no, that would qualify." Larry Johnson the other day approached me and said something regarding a judge saying that unless we have photos of the vehicle at Mission Row PD, it wouldn't be eligible for a VAF or something to that extent. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck does that mean? All it says is we have to physically seize it, like either in the commission or the direct evading after. And I'm thinking to myself, Peters, if we have someone detained on a sidewalk, detained and in cuffs, right? If I move them, that's a seizure of their person, is it not?
Yes.
So if I move that fucking car in any capacity, how is that not deemed a seizure? Because if they're gonna play that game, I'm gonna fucking take people all over the place. They're gonna be detained. We're gonna go for fucking car rides because they're not seized, according to judges. Well, a judge or whatever, whoever decided this. I don't know.
Hold on. There is a case that what's the there is the Suarez case law. Hold on.
Common law. Let's see.
Alex Suarez is transported to a police station as a suspect of a potential crime without being placed formally under arrest by LSPD. It's the decision of the court that police are required to meet certain circumstances before they can transport someone to a police station if they're under arrest. And the Constitution describes individuals having the right to privacy and due process. These protections are guidelines that the law must operate within to provide protections to. I need my fucking. It's like I need my glasses. Where are my glasses at? This decision outlines how the protections can implement the world. The conditions under which an officer may transport an individual to a police station are as follows. Officers must have a reasonable concern for the safety and protection of the individual that can only be satisfied by transporting them to a police station. To identify the individual using forensic tools that are only available at a police station, if the individual cannot be identified on the scene, or an investigative interrogation that can only be performed in a secure location while a suspect is under detainment or arrest, or with consent. If an individual is not under arrest, they're free to leave the police station at any time, provided officers are not immediately pressing charges.
I'm just saying the whole to identify the individual using forensic tools that are only available at a police station if the individual cannot be identified on the scene.
Fingerprinting.
Yeah. Can I do that in a traffic stop if they ain't got ID? I'm sorry, I'm being facetious here. I wouldn't actually do that. I'm just
I don't mind like the I don't mind the petting of being petty to petty, you know? I think that I love that shit. Fuck, I need to go find my glasses after we're done talking.
Go.
I can
Well,
tell it's
just
one of
go
those
go
days.
find your glasses now before you fucking strain your eyes.
Okay, I'll be right back. They're probably in my locker.
That makes sense. What he's dealing with is such a fucking mood. um Judicial discretion. What is this? I'm so confused. Let's count the pieces of legislation, chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Oh, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 9, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. 80. $92 pieces of legislation. I'm gonna click a random one. Let you know if I know it. Okay, to be fair. This one. This is one to know for sure. Let me re-roll here. Ooh. Eyes are closed. I'm just scrolling randomly. First time Felony Diversion Program Act. We are aware of this one. To deal with that. Los Santos County Business Ownership Inquiry, General Procedures and Protocols Act. The Big PP Act.
That's still illegal. Because the second you turn your light, somebody's under detainment. What do you tell them? Sorry, I found my glasses. Okay.
Were they in your locker?
Yeah, they were in my locker. Okay, let's take a look here.
All right, I'll be back.
Oh, so much better I could see without closing one eye. So I have a astigmatism in one eye and basically not in the other one. That's busted. My busted eye here. It's all milky. My milky eye.
Oh, yep.